Good evening. Live from New York, the CC Radio Network is proud to bring you tonight's show, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc, where we talk about religion like you've never heard before. There's no evangelists here, just talk about religion with a twist. So let's get started and have some fun. Welcome our hosts for tonight, The Rebellious Rev and the Doc.
There is no heaven, there is no hell, there is only this world and its dark reflection, and we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
We are live from New York. It's the Rebellious Rev
and the Doc.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to our show.
And it's nice being here once again on a Friday night where we get to play a little bit of religion in our lives.
And a little bit of music and a lot of
fun.
Well, yeah, whatever. True.
Anytime, anywhere I can pray, and Jehovah will hear what I say.
Felix is a child.
When each morning I wake, I remember to take just a moment to thank Him for this day, for the wonders I find on the way. In my mind, in my heart, I can pray, even when there's a crowd and I can't pray out loud. Still, Jehovah will hear me anyway. Anytime, anywhere, I can pray, and Jehovah will hear what I say. In the night, He will hear when I call. He is near. Anytime, anywhere, I can pray.
That was the Rebellious Rev as a youth.
When
What?
sadness finds my lonely heart, and when teardrops fall down like rain, there's a place I go to renew my strength, where the joy replaces the pain. On my knees, I can see above this world and all its cares, and all the trials, toils, and snares of everyday life just fade away. And with my hands lifted high to the sky, I'll fly away on eagle's wings. And looking back, I'll finally see I'm much taller on my knees. Lord, heal my heart, make me whole, I pray, by the cleansing power of your love. When you meet me, Lord, in that secret place, when I seek your face, I know you lift me up. On my knees, I can see above this world and all its cares, and all the trials, toils, and snares of everyday life just fade away. And with my hands lifted high to the sky, I'll fly away on eagle's wings. And looking back, I'll finally see that I'm much taller on my knees. And I know that everything I need is in the one who calms the sea. is there for me. On my knees, I can see above this world and all its cares, and all the trials, toils, and snares of everyday life just fade away. With my hands lifted high up to the sky, I'll fly away on eagle's wings. And looking back, I'll finally see that I'm much taller on my knees. Looking back, I'll finally see that I'm much taller on my knees.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Wiley Brooks Martin, On My Knees. This is thanks to iPluggers. We enjoyed playing that song, and I think we got a star in the rising.
Well,
Wiley Brooks
certainly
Martin.
a very pleasant voice to listen to. I have to say that.
Okay, anyway.
One of your better picks, Rev, I must say.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Protestant Reformation, how it affected European politics. Let's see, our phone number is 646-595-3275.
I think it should be pointed out for those who maybe don't remember a little bit about their history, European history. Henry VIII, we all remember Henry VIII. That's right, Hermits. How can
I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Not the same one, huh?
Exactly. No, it was Henry VIII, all right. But in any event, yes, he wanted to. It was very important to have a male heir to pass down his reign. And Catherine of Aragon, who was his wife at the time, not having any children, or at least not a male heir, and he wanted to get a divorce, and the Roman Catholic Church said no. So Henry VIII, it's fine, I'm doing okay. Henry VIII decided to break away from the Catholic Church, and he started the Anglican Church, in which case he was granted his divorce and he was able to marry Anne Boleyn, who was the mother of Elizabeth I, who reigned for something like 40 some odd years, the Virgin Queen. And of course, when you talk about Protestant Reformation, you talk about Martin Luther, John Calvin. These were important clerics of the time who didn't like to see the church interpret Christian law based upon how much money somebody was going to give. In those days, you could buy the papacy, you could buy dispensation from sin, and they wanted to purify the Roman Catholic religion.
Well, let me ask you a question then. I guess Henry VIII was not willing to give the Pope enough money. Is that it?
I don't know. I wasn't, I didn't read it in the paper, so I couldn't tell you, But in any event, he got tired, and I mean, he was literally excommunicated, but at that point it didn't make a difference to him because he was starting his own church, the Church of England.
Okay. Around what year was that? Do we know?
Well, the Reformation started in 1517 when Martin Luther published his 95 Theses, which were things that he found wrong with the Roman Catholic Church. And he was actually one of the first clerics to use the Gutenberg press, getting these things down on paper so that those people who could read, and there weren't very many, but at least it was in print. The Reformation wanted to purify the church, and it wanted to purify the interpretation of the Bible.
Well, you know, there are different interpretations of the Bible. There's the King James Version, there's the American version.
Not back then, there wasn't an American version.
No, there's an English version. I forget what it's called. No, so right now there are about 3 different versions.
Well, there was a Gutenberg print, there was a Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I'm just talking about the modern. Pardon my probably jumping out of time, but right now in the modern days, when we refer to the Bibles, normally the one that's accepted is the King James version.
well, yeah, I was going to say, most people, when they refer to the Bible, they're referring to the King James Version because it's, number one, is so many in print, and it's the one that most people relate to and refer to. Unless you're talking about the nightstand of every motel room when you open it up and you got the, I believe that's the Mormon Bible, isn't it? Seventh-day
Evangelist.
So if anybody's out there who wants to call in, we did start on time. No one is more surprised than the Rev and myself. Of course, that doesn't mean that we won't have problems somewhere along the way, but right now we've got a strong signal, and we're waiting for those people to call in.
And tell us that we actually do have a strong signal.
Exactly.
That it's not a figment of our imagination.
Very true.
You know, one of the things that I don't know. I was going to say we haven't really done any prayers for a long time on this show, and I want to tell everybody my wife has been improving somewhat, and a lot of it we don't know why. It's
Well, are you doing some praying? Is that what's going on? I mean, I
well,
don't know.
remember we were doing quite, we were doing prayers. We're always wishing the best for my wife, and I think all in all, maybe it helps some because as everybody knows, I mean, the doctor was ready to send my wife to hospice, and I fought against it. He didn't agree with it, but he finally decided to go ahead and give it a shot with her, try to give her more chemo, and he thought she'd have 2 to 3 months to live if he started to give her the chemo, and he never thought she'd make it to see her new grandchild, which is coming in September. Now it looks like she'll have no problem at all seeing her grandchild.
Well, let's certainly keep our fingers crossed and hope that the improvement continues. I don't have to tell you how fickle and tenuous one's health can be. You know,
absolutely. But she's going through her therapy. She's July 23rd. It's going to be 100 days of physical therapy. It's a long time. But she seems to be getting stronger all the time, and